Here are the 9 matches. We have AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland defending against Bryan Danielson in a title versus career match. You have Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May for the All Elite Wrestling World Championship. AEW TBS Championship on the line as Mercedes Moné defends against the Good Doctor Britt Baker. DMD MJF defends his American Championship against the former international champion Will Ospreay. And then we have TNT Championship on the line. Darby Allin challenging the champion, the scapegoat himself, Jack Perry. A casino gauntlet match for a guaranteed world championship shot in the future. We also have AEW All-In pre-show. Chris Statlander teaming up with Stokely Hathaway to take on Tomohiro Ishii and Willow Nightingale. And then AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. FTR, the Acclaimed, both challenging the Young Bucks to determine the new champion. And then you can kind of see it in the corner, but you really can't. We got a 4-way ladder match, Trevor, for the AEW World Trios Championships. A lot we got to cover over the next little while, but we're going to start with the pre-show match first, and then we'll obviously build things up. So don't go anywhere. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that jazz. Trevor, we got Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway in a match against Tomohiro Ishii and Willow Nightingale. I'm not even going to ask you who wins this match. We already know that Willow's going to win. Of course. How funny is it going to be when Stokely is there helpless in that ring with Tomohiro Ishii?
I actually can't wait to see Stokely in the ring. I think it's going to be the funniest thing possible. It is going to make my night, even though, like, I'm not going to be disappointed anyway because the card is stacked. But this is going to be funny. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. Does Stokely have any wrestling ability at all?
He is trained. That much I know. He is trained. Now, the experience differs.
He is
trained
totally different.
Sure. But that's going to be a fun match to have on the pre-show, though. It's a good match.
Yeah, it's something. I mean, because like really, if you look at the card, most of the matches are title matches. So, like, it gives you a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of stakes on this card too. Like, of the 9 matches I talked about, 8 of them are either for a title or determining a number 1 contender. Like that is huge. It's
a big show, man. It's a huge show, and that's one thing I like about AEW. Like, when they do shows like this, they go big or go home. And it's normally a stack card. It's normally a card that you will never see anywhere else. And that's one of the things I love about AEW, and one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite programs to watch.
Yeah. Well, speaking of a stacked card, Trevor, let's get right into the main card and talk about the AEW Casino Gauntlet match. I want to get your thoughts on the match first, then we're going to talk about potentially a new face that could be appearing in said match. I really think that the Casino Gauntlet match, like, AEW finally found, like, you know, their signature match. Like, you know how for War Games is always going to be associated with WCW or NWA, whatever, and then for WWE, it's the Royal Rumble. I think Casino Gauntlet, like, AEW have found a formula that works because it leans into exactly what people love about AEW, what the hardcore AEW fans love, and that is action. That is it's a fast-paced contest, and that's what it feels like. Because remember, like, in the Royal Rumble, you get an advantage if you're the last person to come out. If you're in the Casino Gauntlet match, Trevor, the match ends at the first pinfall. So
exactly. So if you're number 1, you get a hell of an advantage.
Yeah, in a very weird way. But Casino Gauntlet match, there's a lot of speculation here about potentially Ricochet being the big name that debuts here. We also got the idea about Bobby Lashley potentially showing up in this match. What do you think? Do you think we should get some surprises? Who do you think we could see pop up?
Yeah, so here's the thing. I think Now, quote me if I'm wrong. Has Bobby Lashley done his 90 days complete cost?
He does. So he was not released. So there is no 90 days.
Gotcha. So you just
He's
left. Okay, cool.
he is a free agent.
So yeah, I mean, you could definitely see Bobby. I mean, I'm thinking honestly. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, but honestly thinking that you're going to see him as MVP's competitor against the what's the name match with what's his name GCW.
Oh, against Josh Barnett.
Josh Barnett. I think that's where Lashley's
I can
next
see
match is
that.
going to be. But I mean, it doesn't mean he couldn't be an AEW. I honestly believe that it's going to be Ricochet. Personally, I mean that's my thought process. I think it's going to be Ricochet. It doesn't have to be Ricochet, but I think it might.
That crowd is going to go ape bleep when Ricochet shows up. It's going to be
I mean,
crazy.
either one, the crowd will probably lose their mind, but I think you're going to get a bigger pop for Ricochet though.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be Ricochet. I don't know if Ricochet wins
No,
because here's the thing: there's one person who at this point does not have a match for All In, or actually two big names that we can talk about later. But I think there is a possibility that Hangman Page ends up being in that spot. We got Job in the chat saying I would rather see Wardlow, Ricky Starks return. I would not be optimistic to see a Ricky Starks return. I mean, I would love
I
it
would
personally.
love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I
I
I
think
don't know
Ricky's done,
anything.
honestly.
I'm not. This is like rampant speculation on my part. I just do not see Ricky Starks returning to AEW at this point.
I think at this point, I think Ricky is done with AEW, and it's it's not necessarily anyone's fault, but it is kind of to a degree too. But like you've seen Ricky a lot at WWE training facilities and things like that. So I think his next stop is probably
I
WWE.
think it's time for a change too, man. Like AEW fumbled him. Like it's just the truth. They
They
fumbled
did.
him.
They did. They definitely did. I mean, they started off really well with the whole feud with him and MJF, like we've talked many times before. Like he could have been the winner of the ring. They didn't do that right. Like it was a bunch of things that they could have done better that they didn't. I honestly think what messed them up the most was the fact that CM Punk left because he had a thing going on with CM Punk at one point, and it was a lot. It was a lot going on there.
It
But
did. Yeah, it did seem like that was kind of like man, like just that was like the last like thing where it was like we just it's start and stop. It just won't. It just won't
right,
work at this point, and it's very unfortunate.
yeah. I mean, I'm still gonna be a fan regardless of where you go. So
You got Job saying, will it be Daniel Garcia? We don't know if he's re-signed with AEW yet, so
yes, he's another one that has contract issues.
he
So,
that's another one, man. He could show up in NXT.
and I would love it.
I love it. That's gonna be Trevor, and when all his favorite wrestlers end up going to NXT, he's gonna be like, I love it. It's great. Can we move the show? Can we do Wednesday night in OT Graps? Ain't nobody trying to watch wrestling
He's
on a
like, so I can
Wednesday.
actually watch it.
Oh man. But yeah, Casino Gauntlet. I would just say Ricochet wins. I mean, I don't see him winning the world championship, but I like that's the thing, right? I would say Ricochet wins if it was for like the international championship because that would be an easy setup for him and
Now, can
Osprey.
they pick the title?
Well, let's refer back to this graphic and what it says for a
Because of
guaranteed world title shot.
okay,
So I think it has to be the world championship. Although, like,
because I would say it's the same thing. But see, here's the same. Here's the thing. Even if it's Lashley, Lashley ain't winning it either.
but Lashley in that would at least be a big surprise, like and like also like imagine like that's like Austin Theory catching in on the United States Championship with the Money in the Bank. It's like right there, and just like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like when you
Even
have
though,
it's like Trevor. It's like when you have like a 10% off coupon, and you use it on something that's like $10 instead of like something that's like valued at $100, right? So it's like, well, you only got $1 off. You could have gotten like $10 off if you bought, like, I don't know. It's just, come on.
Right.
Do the
Look,
math.
look, the thing is, like, so there are matchups for Lashley as well. But honestly, there are hellified matches for Ricochet. Of course, we could see him and Ospreay again, which was phenomenal if you haven't seen him and Ospreay before. Like, but again, this is for the world title, not the international title. So I will say Hangman. I'm thinking Hangman personally.
Yeah, absolutely. I just saw a funny tweet by Jeremy Lambert from Fightful. It says AEW All In 2024 is going to do 50,000 times the fans and business that WrestleMania 36 did, but podcasters don't want to talk about it. Yo, shout out to Jeremy. That was a funny tweet.
That's hilarious, actually.
For those of you wondering, there were no fans. Actually, no, 50,000 times zero is still zero. So, AEW's gonna go broke. No.
You broke.
Oh, man, that's a funny tweet. Will it be James Storm? Hell no. Taco Kid. Knowing petty WWE is they signed Ricky Starks and Daniel Garcia, they'll have them debut in NXT and go head to head. Would not be a dumb idea.
Nope, would not.
Not be a dumb idea. Or save them for that house show or whatever they're gonna do in December, where they're going head to head. The AEW is going head. AEW pay per view is actually going head to head in the same city as a WWE live event. That's gonna be an interesting thing.
That's very interesting. Very much interesting. What pay per view is that, by the way?
World's End.
World's End. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, our world will end if we don't move on in this list. Let's talk about the TNT Championship, Trevor. And joining us to break down, actually, or rejoining us, I should say, to break down the TNT Championship is none other than our good friend, Jacques Perry. Bonjour. Comment ça va, Trevor?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, yes. Are you excited to see me in the match?
Yes, I am excited to see you in the match, to see what you do in the match.
You want to know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to take out a cigarette, and then I'm going to smoke it. And then I'm going to drive the cigarette right into Darby Allin's arm, which he will probably like very much.
Well, Darby Allin has taken a lot of bumps and bruises. Don't you think you need to be a little easy on him in the match?
Oh, no one was easy on me last year at All In. You don't think I remember? I remember when Mr. CM Punk, he took his dirty Chicago hands and he put them all over me, and he put me in the headlock. I don't like Mr. CM Punk.
A lot of us don't like Mr. CM Punk, but Darby didn't do anything to you, did he?
Oh, no. He is friends with Monsieur Punk, and not a good for him to be a friends with Mr. Punk.
Yes, it's not a good thing to be friends with CM Punk. CM Punk's not friends with CM Punk.
Anyway, tell me what you think about the match. Are you excited to see me wrestle?
I am excited to see you wrestle. I'm excited to see how your, I guess your moveset has matured since you yourself have matured.
Oh yes, I've matured me very much. I now smoke menthols, which I believe are illegal now in the United States. Very sad. In France, we have cigarettes, all types of cigarettes. No, not even labels anymore. Yes, because we Frenchmen, we love our cigarettes and our baguettes. Anything with ends and ets, we love.
Anything that ends with its. Yes, you're absolutely right. So, my question is the scapegoat. Where did the scapegoat come from? I think it's a great gimmick, a great moniker. How'd you come up with that?
Well, Monsieur Souton, I have in Paris, or right outside of Paris, in a town near you, I have a farm. And on that farm, I have many goats. And one day, my favorite goat, his name was Perry.
Oh, like yourself?
Yes. So one day, I was feeding Perry. And then, I look up and I look back. And Perry jumps over the fence and he runs away. And then in that moment, I saw myself in Perry. And that is when I became le scapegoat, Jacques Perry.
That is very interesting.
Anyway, who do you think is going to be winning? Me or that punk loser, Zombie Alon?
I mean, I hate to say it, but I think Darby Allin has to win this match, right?
Oh, merde! No,
He needs it a little more than you do.
oh, so quote l'Iron Chic, fuck you. Whoa, hey, Jacques Perry. Whoa, watch the language, my guy. Whoa, what's
Hey,
going on here?
he's
Whoa.
a he's a naughty Frenchman. He's very is a naughty Frenchman.
Whoa. Someone said the French accent is very demure. Whoa, Jacques Perry. What's going on here, man? Like, he is
Hey, he
so.
needs to calm down. You know, I don't think he enjoyed my question.
No, I think you made him mad when you picked Darby Allin to win.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think so.
Well, hopefully we'll see Jacques Perry, excuse me, back at some point. Yeah, Job saying Jack Perry wins with the ref gets knocked out. Okada interferes. I hope that's not what they do.
Yeah, I hope that's not what happens, but I think it might actually.
I think
I
Jack.
mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
like I said, I honestly think Darby needs this match more than Jack, but that doesn't always mean he's going to win it. But
See, I mean, we already know Darby's wrestling for the AEW World Championship at Grand Slam. So part of me is just like, they're not going to have him go in as TNT champion, probably. I think,
probably not.
yeah, I think Jack Perry's going to retain, and I think he should retain. I want to see more of I want to see, like, Perry have, like, a real singles run with this TNT championship, because he was doing the blood and guts thing. He was like he was kind of like still not lost, but like he was doing other stuff. He's been preoccupied lately. I want to see him have a real good singles run here with this belt.
Who, Jack Perry?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack Perry, not to be confused with Jacques Perry.
Jack Perry. Yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Honestly, like I mean, with all the jokes and everything aside, he's a solid wrestler, and he's actually paid his dues. Like when he was Jungle Boy, we all said he was going to be future world champion, and I still believe that. So we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens indeed. We got Jason Channel saying, do you guys think AEW will lock in a streaming deal in place before All In? Whether they announce it, I think they could announce it by then. It will not be in place. Like, here's the thing. Here's what everyone needs to understand about this deal. Whatever they agree to, it is not going to take into effect until January, because that is when their current deal is up.
Right. Absolutely.
So
yep.
whether it's pay-per-views, whether it's TV, all that stuff, January is when it would go into effect. So they could announce it like tomorrow on Dynamite. They could announce it in Cardiff.
They could, yeah.
But it will not go into effect until January, when the deal is officially up and it's going to be a new deal.
Yeah. And when does when the Netflix deal with WWE, when that
January.
starts January? Well, right? That's what I thought. Yep.
January is going to be a big month for pro wrestling.
It is. I'm still wondering how the Netflix thing is going to work. I'm actually excited to see how it works out.
It's going to be The Rock saying fuck every 5 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes, 5 seconds.
Pops, I'm about to say you gave him too much to credit and too much time.
All right, Trevor, let's move on and get through more of these matches. We got AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. Young Bucks defending against FTR and the Acclaimed. What do you think about this match? What do you think about the Young Bucks title run? I believe it personally has been kind of underwhelming.
Yeah. It's has not been their best run of by far. Um, I don't know. I kind of feel like they're placeholders at this point
Mm,
until they can figure some stuff out. I mean, figure out who the next. I guess the next title holders, how they're going to set it up. I feel like there's just placeholders at the moment.
it,
um,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean that's pretty much it. Like, I mean, it wasn't. It hasn't been terrible. It hasn't been awful, but it hasn't been great for them either.
Yeah, I think the big thing about the like even this match, it's like kind of emblematic of everything that's wrong with AEW's tag team division currently.
Hmm.
Trevor, what other tag teams right now are ready to compete for the belts?
Honestly, I'm a little upset the top flight's not
Well,
doing
no,
more.
no, okay, okay. Not ready in that like you believe they're ready. Ready as in they're presented as if they're ready.
Oh, yeah, because they don't present top flight like they're ready
They
at
don't
all.
present
Actually,
any. It's just these three teams.
it's just these three teams. Yeah, like FTR and Acclaim. I mean, the you got the Bang Bang Gang, but they're and you also have the House of Black, but they're not like presented as a tag team. They're presented as a trio, which they are. But I mean, you don't even see Penta and his brother anymore.
Oh, you won't see them. You won't see them until
I
they're in
mean,
NXT.
we know why you don't see them, but you get what I'm saying. But no, like they haven't really, and it's so weird though because they did a great job at their tag team division early on. Their tag team division was stacked. It was way better than WWE's at one point. And now you're saying maybe WWE has a better tag team division, which is hard to even phantom, being so that they don't really focus on tag team wrestling that much.
Hey man, when they get the machine guns and Penta and Ray Phoenix in
Oh, they're
there,
gonna have no choice to put the focus on tag team. I cannot
and
wait for them
and
Motor City
Triple
Machine.
H is gonna be like, oh yes, I'm the game, and we're not gonna have the we're gonna have them in singles matches over the next 6 months, and then at WrestleMania they're gonna be in a turmoil tag match, and no one's gonna get their
I
stick in. It's gonna be
can
5 minutes long.
not
I'm the
wait.
game.
Dude, I have never been excited. I haven't been this excited for anybody or any person to show up on WWE since maybe Cody Rhodes than the Motor City Machine Guns.
Adrenaline and resolve, something, something. Cody Rhodes. Joe's making a good point. Yeah, you got Butcher and Blade in there as well. We got a bunch of good tag teams in that
You got a
division.
bunch of good ones. They just don't use them.
Yeah, you got like Private Party. We've been waiting. Like they
Yeah,
beat the Young Bucks. Like on the
they
one of the
did.
first Dynamite, they beat the Young Bucks, and they've done nothing with it.
Done nothing with them at all.
4 years
Like I
later.
mean, like I said, that's why I mentioned Top Flight. I thought Top Flight was good. I mean, even though Darius is probably the only one that's really ready for anything.
Don't. I'm a Dante truther. All right.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry, Dante.
I'm about to say,
But
don't. Oh, Dante Martin is the talent. All
Dante
right.
Martin is the truth, bro. He needs a single title, honestly.
Bro, I'm sorry, forget Top Flight. Give me Dante Martin and Leo Rush as a tag team. They were killing it before Leo
They were
Rush
killing it.
left.
Actually, him and what's his name? My God, I can't think of his name. He had another tag team partner he was doing well with too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. But let me know, Trevor, what do you think is going to happen in this match? Who wins the
Um,
AEW World Tag Team Championships?
I think FTR wins it.
You think FTR victorious again at Wembley Stadium?
Oh,
Interesting.
is this the second time? Wouldn't it be?
Remember, they ran it. Well, they ran 2/3 of this match last year because it was Young Bucks
That's
versus
right. That's
FTR.
right.
Excuse me.
Well, you know what? I mean, I'll be optimistic. I'll say Acclaim.
Oh my god! If there's one team I don't, I want the Acclaim to break up.
Really, you tired of them now?
I'm so tired of it. Like they have been teasing it too for the past like forever. Just break up.
Here's my thing. Honestly, like I think if any team needs to break up, it's probably them. But and it's not because I hate them or anything, because I actually like their claim. But the reason I say so is both of these guys are so talented, and I think either both of them deserve a shot at a singles title. Honestly,
Yeah, I kind of both. I want them both to like be very successful as singles acts as well, but it's just not working right now for me. I'm like too oversaturated, too much. Where's the development? How is the
yeah.
Acclaim
I
different
mean,
now than they were like 2 years ago?
because they've been over for so long. It's kind of hard to develop a team that's been over that long. You know what I mean? Like it starts to get sour.
Like, what's the dude's got a mustache? That's it. Max
I
Caster can
mean,
grow a beard now. Good for, or sorry, not even a beard, a mustache.
congratulations. He reached puberty. Like,
Mic drop, baby. I'm gonna say Young Bucks retain. I think we gotta get a young team in there, man. Give the belts to Leo Rush and Dante Martin, please.
I mean, give Private Party. You said Private Party, and I agree with that. But let's do Private Party.
Yeah,
Let's do something young. You know what I mean?
give me
Something fresh.
something young. Come on.
Like, hey, Tony, you listen to us with the women's division. Listen to us again. Develop that tag team division. It was once good. It's not gonna be hard to develop it again.
Mm-mm-mm. Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. Hey now,
Mm,
this guy gets it.
I like that.
But Bowens though for me is like the star of those two.
Anthony Bowens. But you know what's funny? Bowens was not the shining star to me at first. He definitely is now. The way he's developed, I think Bowens is probably the most talented wrestler between the two. But yeah, he still doesn't have that in your face personality that what's his name does, but he does.
Shout out to Kenny Baum for dropping the $10 super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Guys,
Thanks, Kenny.
go over to youtube.com/Kenny Baum and go over to Kiss the Ring YT for more awesome content from the one and only Kenny Bombington. Appreciate you, my guy. But yep, let's get some fresh blood in there. Let's start running through these matches a bit quicker though, because we got to talk about the AEW World Trios Championships. 4-way ladder match, Trevor, for the Trios Championships. They just said, get them all in there.
This is gonna be nuts, dude.
There's so many people are going to go through tables. Go through ladders, excuse me, because that's what we do now in wrestling. We got the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Killswitch, and Nick Wayne going up, defending against the Bang Bang Gang, Austin, Colton Gunn, and Juice Robinson, versus the House of Black, Malachi, Brody, and Buddy, versus Wild Card. So, but those are 3 big teams.
Yep. I mean, it's gonna be fun. Who do you think the wild card is? Or do you have an idea?
Trios? I have Top Flight, probably.
Top Flight who?
Please no Action Andretti. Please no Action Andretti. Please no Man, this man beat Chris Jericho for nothing. Oh my god.
No, they did not push him at all, did they? They just
Hey man, look, 3 years from now he's gonna be like the new X-Pac. He's gonna be going around like,
with talent. With talent. He has a little more talent than X-Pac.
I'm X-Pac, baby. That's what we do.
I think X-Pac's biggest move was the cross chop. I think that was it.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I'm gonna say we get a big Wembley moment. You're gonna get a big, bold prediction from me right now. House of Black become the new AEW World Trios Champions, and then we get Juice Robinson and Colton and Austin Gunn beating down the Patriarchy. They're gonna get run off, but now lost and confused, nowhere to go. Christian Cage takes it out on Killswitch, but then he also takes it out on his son Nick Wayne. And at that point,
so the breakup of the Patriarchy.
I think Killswitch snaps. Nick Wayne is gonna be there for his brother. At which point, Trevor, you think you know him.
You think he's ready to come back? Is he cleared?
Look, he's walking around. He can come back and do a little space. Wembley. It's Wembley.
True.
He can come back and do like a little something. He doesn't need to like wrestle. He's just like a spear. He can do one of those safe spears.
To show his face, you know.
And then what we all really want is like the hug. Like we want the hug. We want to see Christian Cage, Adam Copeland back together again.
and we want to see Adam Copeland tell him to go fuck himself. That's what we want to see.
We've already done that. No, I want to. You know what I really want? I'm gonna be there, so I just want to sing Adam Copeland's theme song. That's really what it is.
His name.
I was the only one singing his song in Wrestle Dream, and I felt like the biggest, smelliest mark ever.
You know what? You shouldn't have felt like a mark because you were an avid fan, good sir.
Bro, I was like the only
you
one.
Were a fan that you appreciated.
And like the dude who was next to me was just like. Like I was like, bro, what you looking at? He was like looking at me like looking at me like I doing something. I was like I'm
gonna sing.
I am singing. All right, this is what his song is for. Like it's one of the most iconic songs in all professional wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, real quick though, Trevor, Hook versus Chris Jericho for the FTW Championship. Who wins?
I forgot about that. Hook.
Yeah, Hook, and then retire it. Please, retire it. Too many belts in AEW. Too many belts.
Yeah, already. All
right, Trev, let's talk about the TBS Championship. On the line, Mercedes Moné defending against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. A match years in the making. A dream match, one could say. Years in the making. What do you think?
It's going to be an outstanding match. I honestly believe Britt Baker wins, though.
You think Britt Baker wins?
I think Britt Baker wins only because, I mean, Monet has 2 titles. She don't need one. You don't need 2.
I mean, this is gonna be Britt's first big match back. I think it could be a lot of interest in running this back.
Yeah.
But like, I think fans are definitely gonna feel some type of way if Britt wins. I will say that they're gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I think most people will feel some type of way if Britt wins just off Bucks right back, the first match back. But we'll see what happens.
I want to see Britt Baker win, so I'll just say Britt Baker wins.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a Monet fan, though, but still.
All right. Well, you know who's a fan of MJF?
MJF.
Well, him too, but I was gonna say Hulk Hogan because look at MJF coming out with his American flag. He's living Hulk Hogan's dream. He's like, look at my little brother MJF brother. He's out here doing
just
the
less
brother
racist.
Oh well, MJF is doing his best Hulk Hogan impersonation without saying certain words that I will definitely never say. But look, he's living the gimmick right now. What do you
think? It's hilarious, honestly. God, I love MJF.
But they've been telling the story, Trevor. Will Ospreay has been refusing to use the Tiger Driver 91. MJF is someone who, in many ways, pushed Will Ospreay to the limit. MJF was someone who 59 minutes, 58 seconds, historic match, one of the greatest matches in Dynamite history. And he's someone who has thrown away the legacy of the International Championship in the trash, literally, replaced it with this American belt. Will Ospreay is on a path to reclaim that international flavor for this belt. But do we think we finally see him pull out the Tiger Driver 91 here?
I think the pop that would get would be absolutely astounding. Like that pop might be louder than most of the pops that night. But I think you know what? I think Will Ospreay's trying to prove a point. So I don't think he used it. I don't think he used it.
He better use it. I'm about to pay like over £100 British pound for this ticket.
British pound.
I want to get my money. I want to see a Tiger Driver 91. Post haste, good sir.
Post haste.
No, I'm gonna get in so much trouble in England when I get there.
Hey, that's the OT Grubs guy.
No, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna go up to Buckingham Palace, and be like, "Oi, bruv, king in it!" Like,
well, they drink a Boddingtons and beat the crap out of you.
Oi, bro. Someone asked me. So one of my coworkers asked me. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing next week?" He's like, "I'm actually gonna be out of office." And they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oi, bruv, holiday in it." I'm just.
They were probably appalled for you.
A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Um. Anyway, Osprey. Speaking of bruv, Osprey. This is his moment. This is his Wembley moment. I think this. If it wasn't Bryan Danielson, this match would go on last, and Will Ospreay would be headlining Wembley. But he also, I mean, this is a major match. I think it's going to be the second to last match, like the semi-main event. MJF main evented last year. Like this is going to have a lot of heat. This match is going. People are going to be on their feet the entire time, I think, for this match, and as they should be. These two blew the house off of Little Rock, Arkansas, like when they wrestled that hour-long match. I don't think they're going to go an hour, but I do think Will Ospreay wins this, and I think he wins this by digging down deep into a dark place that he does not want to go to, dropping MJF dead on his neck, Tiger Driver 91, 1, 2, 3, and new international champion, Will Ospreay.
So what? This is Sunday, right?
This is Sunday. Yep. At noon, Trevor.
In here?
Here on the East Coast. Noon.
Oh, goody. I can watch it.
Yep. It's going to be noon, but look, make sure you look noon to 5. Just leave 5 hours open to watch this show, Trevor.
No, the reason I say that is because I have to work this Sunday because I'm covering for a dear friend, a coworker. So,
all right, there you go. Well, hopefully you get to watch the entire thing, but Tony Khan's probably going to be like, it's a 7-hour card, and we're going to add another hour. It's going to be great.
We're going to have like 6 other matches.
It's going to be 3 a.m. local time in England. I'm just going to be like, we just got done with Jack Perry versus Darby Allin. There's 8 more matches. Help. All right, Trevor, we only got 2 more matches to talk about. 2 of the most important matches you could argue. First, let's talk about the AEW Women's World Championship. We already kind of previewed this before, but let me know. Timeless Toni Storm, the Glamour Mariah May, who wins and why?
It's Mariah May's time.
Fully agreed.
I say you've done all this build up, all the storytelling. You want to make Mariah look strong without making Toni look too weak, and Toni doesn't need the belt to look stunning. She's proven that already.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Mariah May. This is, you're building up a new star. Give it to Mariah May. Let her run with it.
I agree with you fully. I think Mariah May wins, and at the end, she takes the shoe and she starts beating down Toni Storm. And then Trevor,
Jimmy Eda.
And whatever roof is left off Wembley is going to be blown right the hell off of it when Jamie Hayter shows up.
Jamie Eda.
She's got to show up. Like, I don't think it's going to be in the Britt Baker match, given some of what's come out about those two. But I think this is the spot right here, and it's going to be a very local, what's it called? Trios here with Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Mariah May.
Absolutely. It's
going to be great. It's going to be emotional. And finally, Trevor, speaking of emotional, the match I'm going to be in tears watching.
The entire time. The greatest professional wrestler of all time puts
his... period. The greatest professional wrestler of all time, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, puts his career on the line against the reigning, defending, undisputed All Elite Wrestling World's Heavyweight Champion, Swerve Strickland. Title versus career, 2 Seattle boys. Swerve Strickland on the hottest run of his career. Bryan Danielson on a run where he knows this is the end and this is his final shot to end things on his terms, to win a world championship really on his terms, to finally do something that many AEW fans, myself included, have been wanting for a long time, winning that All Elite Wrestling World Championship, adding to the lineage of that belt, but also closing this chapter of his career, this chapter of his life, really, on as high a note as possible in the main event of Wembley Stadium. Trevor, there's a lot hanging in the balance here. This is big fight feel. Swerve has been calling out
it's not a feel.
Birdie.
It is.
Swerve beat down, victimized, brutalized, decimated young Wheeler Yuta. What do you think about the build of this match? What do you think about the aura, whatever, going into this match? Hit me with it.
You said big fight feel. It's not a feeling. It truly is a big fight. This is quite possibly, and this is saying a lot for Bryan Danielson. This might be one of the biggest matches in his career. This is not only a bigger match for Swerve Strickland, and the biggest match for Strickland's career.
Yep.
This is a culmination of two amazing talents meeting one last time, could be one last time for Bryan to cement how good Bryan Danielson is, and also put people on notice how good Swerve Strickland is. I honestly believe that the way you should do it, Danielson should win. Danielson should win. And then, either have him get hurt, fake it, or whatever you want to do, and give the belt up, and somehow Swerve gets it back. But Danielson needs to win it. Point blank, period. If he doesn't win it, it's kind of a joke at this point.
If Bryan Danielson does not win the AEW World Championship in the main event of Wembley Stadium,
you're riding.
Well, no, I'm not. Well, hey, I'm going to London. That's like a big thing right there, right now. I am not doing all that. But look, I hear the King. He's got some very nice poodles. He's got some very nice pugs. Some of those pugs maybe need to get kicked. I'm not saying that I will do this. I would never.
No,
but hypothetically,
I'm saying it might happen.
Hypothetically, Trevor, one could say that I would be so angry that I would hypothetically kick some pugs that may belong to the King. No, I would never do that. Dogs are friends of all of us. But I would be really mad. I would definitely kick. Someone would get kicked. Someone will get kicked.
Someone's getting kicked. Someone's getting the foot.
I'll just show up because I'm gonna be with my friends. I'm gonna just show up to my friends who are not wrestling fans. They're gonna be like, "Oh, how was the show?" Kick him, smack in the face, big boot right in the face.
Don't ask me that question.
I'm in a glass case of emotions. But no. I never hurt animals. We love animals here in OT Graps.
Absolutely.
Bryan has to win. I agree. There's so much value, not only from business. Yes, there's so much value in business perspective. You have the Tacoma Dome show coming up in Swerve's hometown, which is also just an hour away from Bryan's hometown. That's where you end Bryan's career, right? That's where you end it. Swerve takes it back. We all know that. But come on, Trevor. This is Bryan's time. This is a show. Last year was a show built on spectacle, on WWE-esque sports entertainment. This year, All In is a wrestling show leaning into what made AEW best. That is a focus on in-ring competition and a focus on its best competitors. Bryan Danielson is one of those guys. I can't wait. I can't wait to see him win that belt. It's going to be great.
Dude, it's going to be amazing. That is going to be probably the biggest moment in wrestling in general. Just, dude, it's going to be crazy.
I can't wait.
I know I'm going to hear you from here.
A Final Countdown plays, you are all going to hear me sing from DC to New York to Miami, New York to Tacoma, Washington, wherever the hell you are. You're going to hear it.
No, that's my song, man.
Yeah. Have Bryan win, have him drop it back to Swerve Wrestling. Or don't. Just keep reverse Montreal Screwjob him over and over again. Let's just never Bryan Danielson to never lose a match ever, in my opinion,
Ever again.
ever again. But guys, that's AEW All in Wembley Stadium. Over 40 minutes of goodness here of us previewing it. Let us know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think Bryan will win? Do you guys agree, disagree with our takes? Let us know in the comment section. Also, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.